Hi, my name is Scott Hamey, and this is my pitch. YouCORS Australia is a GNS GPS RTK, which is real-time kinetics network. It enables you to network between your base station and rovers, or multiple base stations and multiple rovers. And this network is not only used for networking, it's also used for adding corrections to your real-time GPS kinetic networks. So currently the RTK system is accurate to about 10 meters, and using a CORS network, you can bring that down to a 1 meter, 10 centimeters, or sub-centimeter, depending on the calculations that you do for sub-centimeter. Where is these networks used? These networks are primarily used in the surveying industry for surveyors, as well as the drone industry and the agriculture industry for precision driving tractors and the new autonomous vehicles that will be coming out in the future in ag, as well as precision spraying. Now, YouCORS, the difference with YouCORS is that we've solved a few problems. One is connectivity. The usual way to connect your base station to your rover is via UHF or LoRa, and in certain areas, mainly populated or metro areas, you can get interference, and that means that link drops out, so your corrections from your base station to your rover drops out and you do not get a fix. You're more of a float, which is inaccurate. So we can connect rovers and base stations via either the mobile network or a satellite network, and this removes that problem. The other thing that we are working on as well is price disruption. The current corporates for the last 20 years have built out their own CORS networks, and to get return on investment, they charge anywhere up to $1,200 per rover. Where YouCORS, we're looking at around about being two-thirds of that, being about a third of that price per year. But the difference with us is you could have 10 base stations and 50 rovers connected for that price. So that is a massive price disruption. The other thing about RTK and multi-core GPSs, they are now rolling out in the new smartphones. So when these become the norm, you will see app developers that will look at getting high accuracy from the phone's GPS. Now, in past, you'd take a photo and it could be anywhere to 60 to 100 meters out. And with the new mobiles, with the multi-core L1 GPSs and the L2s, Huawei brought one out in January, with the corrections, you could take a photo in the field, say for pest control in a crop, or other type of soil sampling as well, and have an accurate photo geographically tagged down to 10 centimeters. This is a game changer as well. So moving forward, we have had discussions with Geoscience Australia, who has the government AusCORS network, which has over 300 base stations nationally around Australia. We are at the process of finalising our software code to enable this network into ours, and our users will be able to benefit from the 300 base stations. Because if you can reduce your baseline, which is base station distances between each base station, over 30 kilometers, your accuracy just starts to climb upwards. So we have had discussions with them, and we mentioned our crowd sourcing type business model, which I'll explain now. The users will be able to share with other users their infrastructure on their networks, which means on a cooperative agriculture base, farmers can share infrastructures with other farmers, mainly their GPS base stations, to get more accuracy out of their autonomous vehicles or their self-driving tractors or their GPS controlled spray units. I believe that the Australian farmers would look at this type of solution to being a benefit, and Geoscience Australia agrees with us. We also see other opportunities in Africa, in the United States, but going back to Africa, community-based infrastructure sharing is the current norm over there, and it is growing substantially. So we have a contact in Africa. We're currently discussing options to deploy in Africa. Eric, who is one of the co-founders and one of my business partners with Drone Book, is in the US. So we've got the US, and Ilya, the founder, is based in Cyprus. So he will look at the European market. So on that note, we are very early stages. We only came up with an agreement with Ilya just before Easter. So we're actually showcasing and not competing because we're at early stage. And we believe that there's other people out there pitching that could benefit from the $7,000. So that's about all I've got to say today. And thank you very much. And look forward to seeing this event virtually online. Thank you, Scott Hamey, Uralla, New South Wales.